What sets it apart is essentially the fact that a lot of companies right now are taking what they had because they're established and then they're slapping AI onto it. So they have old, antiquated software or even kind of fairly newer, but prior to AI really being a thing. And now they're just trying to throw it in wherever they can and say that it's helping. And in some cases it does, but not to the point where it's really groundbreaking or really saving you too much time. It's just more of kind of a novelty where with this, I really wanted to develop the app from the ground up, being AI first as the foundation, and then everything else follows. And essentially what we got was just groundbreaking speed and, effectiveness.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Erica, and today I'm excited to be chatting with Travis Page. He's been really shaking things up with his company, AI's Property Intelligence. Travis, I'm glad to have you on the show today.
Glad to be here.
I think our listeners are really going to be fascinated with what you're doing. So let's jump on in. First off, can you share how you found yourself in the real estate world?
Well, started a long time ago. I got very interested in investing at a young age, thanks to my great grandpa. He did very well in the stock market, but it didn't really turn out to be my thing. Didn't care so much about the numbers. I cared more about real things, and real estate kind of turned into my thing. And so, uh, I bought myself a house at 19, and it was a HUD home. It was junk, and I flipped it, and I got hooked. And it kind of went from there. And how it started was I really wanted to be I want to be involved in real estate somehow, just making money. And I wanted to be, whether I was going to be a home inspector, whether I was going to be a real estate agent. Who knew? But I decided on home inspector, and it kind of worked out in the era of me wanting to be a flipper. I could kind of go through houses and pick out what was wrong, and started my own home inspection company, and it kind of moved on from there.
Yeah. And then as a home inspector, you noticed a need that, really wasn't in the space. So can you kind of walk through your process, your realization?
Yeah. So I was sitting in a class. I was in a mastermind, and we were talking about how to use AI in home inspections. And one of the things that the teacher brought up was, hey, like, you can take a picture of a defect and it'll automatically write you a narrative and all this and that. And I was like, well, why doesn't my software do that? And so I looked around for software, and nothing really did that. And so I just got on my ChatGPT and asked it if I could make this. And it said, yeah. And I said, can you teach me how? And it said, yeah. And I just started writing code.
Wow. So Travis, walk through what AI's property intelligence really does? Break it down for, to the basics. How is this, changing the real estate world?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So tracking back on, your last question, there's a huge bottleneck in reporting, right? And so everyone's waiting on a report, everyone's doing this and that. There's, you spend a lot of time on site looking at things, and then you got to go back and you got to fill it into where it's got to go, and then you send it out to the client. And, these things take time. And I thought, why couldn't I just take a picture and it just automatically does that for me? And so, it turned into this grandiose idea that, well, why does it stop there? Why can't we, implement this across the board in multiple different, sectors? Agents can use this for listings. When they're walking their clients through and they're about to list a home, like, hey, what are some of the issues that we have going on here? Let's get the house ready for sale. Same as when they're doing walkthroughs. And then I started thinking about investors, where investors can use this, right? You're walking through a property, it's junk, and it's junk, but you really want to build a checklist, and there's not much out there that gives you a great checklist. And what this essentially does is tell you, not only like a home inspector would, right? The defect, the likely cause of the issue, and also the recommendation on how to fix it, and puts it all in one report. And by the time you leave, it's done.
Yeah, that's really really nice. What would you say, because there's a lot of AI out there. As you know, it's very competitive. What would you
Yeah.
say sets your company apart from the rest?
So what sets it apart is essentially the fact that a lot of companies right now are taking what they had because they're established, and then they're slapping AI onto it. So they have old, antiquated software, or even kind of fairly newer, but prior to AI really being a thing. And now they're just trying to throw it in wherever they can and say that it's helping. And in some cases it does, but not to the point where it's really groundbreaking or really saving you too much time. It's just more of kind of a novelty, where with this, I really wanted to develop the app from the ground up, being AI first as the foundation, and then everything else follows. And essentially what we got was just groundbreaking speed and, effectiveness. And I think that's really where that we set ourselves apart from a lot of people that are still to this day making new software that looks like the old guys, but they made it prettier and slapped AI on it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I know that your app, it's like an all-in-one approach. Can you, share an example of how having a software like that could help someone with a flip that's an investor?
So a lot of investors, and, as a home inspector, I do work with some investors, but a lot of times they use me for more specialized stuff. So investors are kind of their own inspectors a lot of times. And one of the issues that you run into with that is you don't get that second set of eyes. And that's what I've noticed a lot on my inspections is people are so grateful to have that second. They're like, I didn't notice. I didn't notice. And even contractors, people that work in the industry constantly, my job is to look for issues. And that is all I do every day. My brain is wired to look for issues in the house. And having the AI actually helps you out a lot. You take a picture of something that you think was an issue, and whether you knew it was an issue or not, it may even tell you some stuff that you didn't really know. And at the end of it, you come up with a report, and now you have all of these things categorized based on where they're at in the home, whether it's plumbing, mechanical, electrical, foundation, attic, all these things are all categorized and organized, and you can really kind of see it all in one clean picture. Gives you a checklist.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, that's really helpful. And, technology can change so fast, whether it's the technology itself or, just the demands are changing. So, with your software, how do you plan to evolve it to address different changes in real estate?
Yeah, real estate is ever changing. It can actually change tomorrow. Everyone has to pivot. And so one of the things that's great about it is the future was thought about prior, right? We wanted to really make this thing future proof. And so the code is there, everything is established, and it's built to be modular and built to be something that you can pivot with and change your business model. And there's a lot of different verticals that we can attach to this and build on. And so if say you're a flipper, but the market really calls for buy and hold, right? And now you don't need so much as defect detection when you're going in flips, but now you need to go and do property maintenance, and you got to do these checks on these houses, and you're holding on to something that you're renting out, and you're doing your routine maintenance checks. It can also do predictive maintenance for you. It can also do all these things, and it compares against your last report. So as you're moving forward and as you're changing your business style to match the market, it essentially grows with you.
I'm sure as you know, Travis, every real estate pro has a moment where things got real. And I'm sure it's, even more so when you're also building a tech company at the same time. Maybe a deal
Yeah.
goes sideways. Maybe you had to pivot fast and change your plans. Can you share one of those moments on your journey, whether it's as an inspector, or, developing AIs?
Um, Developing software it punches you in the mouth every single day. As soon as you think that you're done, you're not. And as soon as you think that you've got it stable, it's not. And so, um, you come in with a scope and you get an idea, and then you start building it and you realize, well, that sounded really good when we were talking about it, but it's not working that way. And so kind of the same with real estate, right? You buy a house, you think it looks good, and you had it all figured out. Maybe I need a new AC, maybe I need a little bit of plumbing here and there, and then you start ripping out the walls, and you realize you might have a little mold problem, and that little mold problem gets bigger and bigger as you rip more walls out. And so that's kind of how the software industry is. You don't know what you're getting till you start digging into it. And I've been humbled a lot, and it's been quite the journey. But whether it comes to funding, whether it comes to getting people doing what they're supposed to be doing, and really sitting down with these guys and learning tech, right? I didn't know tech. I knew houses, and I didn't know code, but I had to learn code, and I had to learn how to talk to these guys and kind of tell them, what our market needs, because they don't understand real estate either. So it's kind of like trying to learn multiple languages at once.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, that's wild. When, I think a lot of people here would benefit to hear this. Maybe they're early in their journey to real estate. Maybe they're looking to level up, or, maybe they're working on starting their own company in real estate. When it comes to relationships, building that network, what has been the biggest game changer for you?
Being honest. And one thing that I actually noticed, and I have a, kind of a short story. I did two inspections for a guy. I showed up. He wanted me to do He was buying an absolute pile of junk. It had been foreclosed on like 3 different times. And he was like, hey, man, I really want to buy this thing. Come look at it for me. And he almost didn't get an inspector. And I came out and I knew we didn't have power. So I brought a generator to run the well. We go in and everything's gutted. The siding on the house was ripped off. People broke in, took all the copper out.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And, he did his walkthrough and he had no idea the depth of what he was trying to take on. What he put an offer on was way, way deeper. And, so I told him, like, there's not much I can do here for you. Let's reassess. Right. And he gave me $60 to drive out there for gas and, a little bit of professional advice. But, these are things that happen to you as a new investor. Right. And, the veterans, they've probably seen this before and they've been burned on it and they've learned from it. And that's one of the things the software is hoping to provide for new investors too, is you walk through, you take a bunch of pictures, you walk out and you know what you're getting. And, building relationships is extremely important and honesty comes with it. And you have to work with integrity and just really try to do your best, and people will see that. And the scummy people, they fall off really quick. One thing I've noticed with agents that I work with is the ones that do really, really well, the high producers, they're not looking for a rubber stamp inspector to make a deal go through. They're looking for the guy who's going to smack the deal if it's bad and educate their clients. And then they're going to move on to the next one and they're going to look like the hero because they picked the guy that was a good guy, So I think that's the best I can answer that one. I could go on and on about that one. When it comes to ethics in real estate, it gets rough out there. People will stab you.
Yeah, relationships are, make it or break it thing in this space. Well, Travis, what are you most focused on next with AI eyes?
So the major focus right now is user acquisition, right? We're really trying to get people to use it, feel it out, and see how it works in their workflow, right? So, everything is thought of, but it was thought of in kind of an echo chamber, right? It was me, someone who kind of had a good idea of a lot of the different industries, but we really need a lot of use cases, and that's not just inspectors, that's investors, that's agents, that's, anybody who's a real estate professional seeing the benefit of being able to take these pictures, get the information from it and build a report on it and how they can expand it into their business. And there's a lot of ways that every industry benefits from this. They all just benefit different, right? So we really need people to kind of give it their fair shake at it. And, even if you're in different states, every state has different issues that they run into. And so that's really what we're looking for here is user feedback and real legitimate professionals interested and trying to build something that they can benefit from long term.
Yeah, how has it been, getting people to get involved at that level? Has it been easy to get people interested
It's
and try it out?
It's very difficult. I think a lot of it has to do with AI hype, right? It sounds really good on paper. It sounds interesting, but there's a lot of hype behind AI, and there's also a lot of pushback on AI. And you know, we're one of the things is people are worried that they're going to lose their jobs. One of the things that they're worried about is, can I trust it, right? And so at the end of the day, the way this has been developed is you always have a way to supersede the AI. It's only there to help you, right? And AI is not perfect and it's not always right. And that's why it takes a professional to look at it and go, I don't think that was right there. Let's try that again. And so I think the major issue right now on getting people to hop on is they're seeing so much AI. Their AI is everywhere. AI is everywhere. And it's like, which one do you sit on? Which one do you go for? And when everyone's claiming AI and they've all got AI and what do you choose? So it's kind of like analysis paralysis. I think a lot of people are running into that with new software.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, like you were saying, it's, it's those relationships built, being honest that, draw people to work with you.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I tried my best to be a really good person, and I think it gets you a lot farther. It doesn't get you there as fast, but it gets you there a lot. You go farther in the long run when you do the right thing the first time. So there's no sense in burning bridges. You might need to go back over it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
really will.
Travis, this has been great. If someone reaching out wants to connect, learn more, they want to start using your software, what's the best way for them to reach you?
So you can actually go on our website. So AISPI.com, AEYESPI.com, AI's Property Intelligence. And you can actually subscribe. We're giving it out for free right now to let people just use it. And it's groundbreaking software. And there's nothing else like it out there. There really isn't. And I think it can benefit the entire real estate industry, no matter what type of professional you are. I think you can benefit from it, even if you're using it in short bursts, whether you're using it in long bursts, whether you're implementing it in your company and, building your business model around it. There's a lot of different ways that it can benefit you. And that's the best way to reach the software. Me, I'm not a big social media guy. I don't have a bunch of handles to throw out there for you to slap on the screen, but my name is Travis Page. You can find me on Facebook if you're interested. But yeah, that's my reach.
We need more people in this space who care about doing things with integrity the way you are. And, it's awesome that you're helping make these inspections smarter and more efficient too. It's been great having you on the show, Travis.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a blast.
And for our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations lined up with experts like Travis who are out there building fantastic real estate businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.